Hello there, you are welcome to HisGov TV. Now, in this video, we are going to look at the 1972 coup d'etat against Dr. K.A Busia. This was the second coup that took place in Ghana after the overthrow of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in 1966. So Busia was overthrown by Ignatius K Acheampong in 1972. So bear in mind, this is also part of a series that I have done from 1966 to 1981. So I have compiled all the coups, and this is just a part of it. Enjoy the video and do not forget to subscribe. In case you want to watch the full series, I'll include the link in the description. You can check that and watch the full series of the military coups in Ghana from 1966 to 1981. After the overthrow of the CPP party in 1966, the National Liberation Council stayed in power until 1969. An election was conducted in 1969. The Progress Party, led by K.A Busia, won the parliamentary elections with 105 seats out of 140 seats. This paved the way for him to become the next prime minister. K.A Busia continued with the NLC's anti-Nkrumahist stand and adopted a liberalized economic system. During the tenure of K.A Busia, there was a mass deportation of 500,000 Nigerian citizens from Ghana and a 44% devaluation of the cedi in 1971, which was met with a lot of resistance from the public. While in Britain, for a medical checkup, the army under Colonel Ignatius K Acheampong overthrew his government on 13 January 1972. Ignatius K Acheampong then established the National Redemption Council, which ruled until 1975 when it was reconstituted to be known as the Supreme Military Council. Busia remained in exile in England and returned to Oxford University, where he died from a heart attack in August 1978. So the question also then remains, why was K.A Busia also overthrown by the military? And there are also many reasons for this, but I'll give you just 4 of them. Now, the first of it was the grievance of the army. You know, Busia incurred the wrath, of the army when it slashed the military budget as a measure of solving the dire economic situation of the country as at that time. And so Busia denied the military of many benefits, of course, such as free electricity, free accommodation, and certain allowances which they enjoyed under the Nkrumah government. But all these allowances and privileges were scrapped off by the Progress Party, and so I.K. Acheampong, or Ignatius K Acheampong, of course, complained bitterly about this, incident, and so that was also a problem about the Progress Party or Busia. Again, the devaluation of the cedi. Now, the cedi was devalued on December 27, 1971. Now, the cedi was devalued for 43%. As against the US dollar, and it was done to restore balance, to the economy, and also to control inflation and also stimulate investment and boost industrial production. And that was the reason that Busia gave for the devaluation of the cedi. However, this policy came with an economic hardship to consumers, especially the workers in the private sector, and production levels of the industry also started to decline, and so the cost of living in general was high. The next important reason why the Busia government was overthrown was Busia's introduction of the Aliens Compliance Order of 1970. Now, in performing their duty in the wake of the Alien Compliance Order, the police, they went extreme. Now, the Alliance Of course, the aliens compliance order was a measure which stated that if you were a business owner or you were a foreigner in this country and you were not, registered, okay, you didn't have the legal license to live in the country. Busia, of course, wanted to sack all these people. So all these people were sacked. And then in the course of the police doing that, they went overboard, they went extreme. And this led to the loss of lives and properties. And then that also attracted a sharp criticism of the Busia government and condemnation from other neighboring countries like Togo, Burkina Faso, and other things areas. Now, the next one was also the introduction of the student loan scheme. So, under this loan scheme of 1871, all university students were required for the first time to contribute to their own maintenance charges and to pay, of course, certain amount, of course, whilst the government will take care of their tuition. And the university students were not really happy with this of course, development, because under Nkrumah, they had enjoyed everything virtually free. School fees, feeding, maintenance fee, everything free. But Busia came to change the whole narrative. And so a lot of people, or some of the students, were also not in support of Busia's, changed or the loan. Now, again, the last one has to do with Busia's advocacy of dialogue with South Africa. Now, Busia took a stand to dialogue or to have a chat with the apartheid of South Africa at a time when most of the African countries and even the international community was trying to isolate South Africa because of the obnoxious apartheid of policy in that area. Busia rather chose to have a dialogue with them and talk with them, and this was also not in line with many people. Many people did not support that idea. And the last one, he even, of course, dismissed the editor of the Daily Graphic for criticizing his approach to the issue of the South African apartheid system.